get everyone checked in here. And so I'll just go off the orientation on my screen. I see someone in their car with their iPhone. Sir, if you could unmute and tell me who you're representing here today.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
My name's John Dreyer. I'm with Craft Driver Modeling. I'm the general contractor.
Okay, great. Welcome. Let's start here in just a minute. And of course, it's fine that you're in your vehicle. I would ask that you don't drive while you're testifying as we go through the hearing.
Not bad advice.
Been attempted before.
That's a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to move on here to Megan Rivet. I see Megan Rivet from Three Rivers Local Schools. If you could unmute, tell me your name and who you're representing here today.
Megan Rivet. I'm the homeowner.
Okay, great. Welcome. All right, I have a Dick Malice.
Richard Males, next door neighbor.
Okay. Welcome, Richard. All right, I have someone under J Rivet.
Yes, I'm Justin Rivet. I'm also the homeowner.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Welcome. And I see we have Wes Menzel, our zoning plans examiner here. Hey, Wes. And then I have a Tina Kaminsky. Tina, are you with us?
Yep, I'm a neighbor.
Okay. Do you live with Mr. Males?
No,
Okay. Are you an adjacent property owner?
I am not. I'm curious about something. Just have a
Sure.
question. Okay.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. All right. Looks like I have one more person that's attempting to join here. As this person connects, I'm going to go ahead maybe, and I need to do one more administrative thing here. I need to read through the hearing script, which is basically just going to cover the procedure for the hearing. Is there an Elise that's here with us? If so, could you unmute? Okay, as we give Elise a minute, Elise, if you can unmute and let us know who you are and who you're representing in this hearing here today, we'd appreciate it. Just one more second. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm Gerard Hook, Elise's husband.
Gotcha. You said Gerard?
Yes.
Okay. And the last name Hook?
Hoock.
Okay. And are you a neighboring property owner or someone else?
I'm a neighbor.
Gotcha. All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and read through our hearing script. Again, this will just cover the procedure for the hearing and then we'll jump right into it. So this is the February 22nd, 2023 session of the Zoning Hearing Examiner docket. My name is David Sturkey. Again, I'm the Zoning Hearing Examiner for the state of Cincinnati. I'll preside over the case today. The case before us today is ZH20230008. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and opposing parties to testify and offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the Zoning Hearing Examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. Excuse me. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent first present the applicant's case. I will then move on to the public, allow anyone from the public an opportunity to speak after the applicant has presented its case. I will go to our zoning plans examiner, Wes Menzel, to provide any testimony in addition to his staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. So again, for our purposes here today, I'm going to give the owners and Mr. Dreyer an opportunity to tell me about the project, background they think is important, of course, why they believe this relief should be granted and why it's appropriate for this particular property. I will then go and give each individual here who has identified themselves as a neighbor an opportunity to tell me, to provide any input that they would like or ask a question. I will then allow Wes Menzel to provide any testimony in addition to his staff report. We'll then go back to the applicant and the owners to respond to any of the testimony from the neighbors if they would like, and then make any closing remarks. As far as the owners and applicants go here, Mr. Dryer and the Rivets, you all can orient your presentation however you would like. One of you can speak, or all of you can speak, really however you feel is best to best inform me about this project. Okay, after all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. I may also refuse to consider hearsay testimony or documents. That's generally evidence you want to introduce that consists of statements made by someone who's not present at this hearing. In the event of any technical difficulties with our Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly. But if there is some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay. The last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, making any comments, asking any questions, really doing anything other than just strictly observing the hearing, then the zoning code requires that I swear you in. So if you know now that is you, I'd like to collectively swear in all of our witnesses right now. If you're not sure yet if you're going to, I can always swear you in later before you want to speak. But if you know that you're going to say something, if you could please take yourself off mute at this time. I need everyone to answer out loud and to raise their right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. All right, Mr. Dryer, who's going to be taking the lead here? Will it be you or the Rivets?
Megan, Justin, what do you think? I can go over a quick overview and you can chime in, or you can start. Which would you like?
You can go ahead and start, John.
Sure. Okay, so as I stated before, I'm the contractor on the job, and in this case in particular, I've done a couple jobs for the Rivets, one of which was a front facade improvement, and we actually did not do a zoning variance for that as it happens. This particular project is going to go off the back side of the house. It's going to essentially extend the first and second living space 12 feet directly off the back side of the house. And what it's going to do specifically for their family, this is basically a living space situation. They've got a growing family, young kids, and they've outgrown the space that home currently provides. So what we're going to do with the new space is add kitchen, extend kitchen rather, extend living space, add a washer and dryer on the second floor, which we hope that will down the road alleviate any issues with them going up and downstairs into a basement, and as well add a bathroom off of their master suite for the Rivets upstairs there. The intention of the project is to maintain the architectural integrity throughout, as we did with the front porch, which I believe was added in as one of the existing conditions in the application. And, at that point, like I say, that's really the generality of the scope. I don't know, Megan, Justin, if you want to add anything outside of that, but that's what I feel is going to be how that's going to be represented here.
I agree. I have
Rivet,
nothing
you can go
more to
ahead.
add. Do you, Justin?
Only additional thing would be, and John referenced it, but this would just be for us for the long-term, future, looking to be able to live in the house, in a longer term. So again, that's why we wanted to put the laundry up off our bedroom and not have to go down to the basement and extend the living space.
Okay. Let me ask a few questions to just add a little bit more context and clarity here. So this is a 2-story addition on the rear of the home.
Correct.
And how far back from the existing rear facade will this extend?
So they currently have a small bump out. I'm gonna give you a dimension on that real quick if it matters. They have a small rear porch bump out, and that extends currently, I think it's 6 feet. It's a little under 6 feet. So we're going to remove that And then that'll give us pretty much a clean slate for the rear of the house. And then from that point, we're going to extend the entirety of the house 12 feet toward the back.
Gotcha. And to be clear, you're requesting zoning relief here today to complete this project, but you're not requesting rear setback relief because this complies with the rear setback requirements. Is that right?
That is my understanding.
Okay. So what exactly is the relief that you're requesting today?
If you look at the plan view, let me, bear with me. Actually, I think you can just look at the site plan and see, as you can see that currently the north side of the property, because these are on 33 1/3 foot lots, there's 3 of them that have that situation. Their side setbacks are, I guess, what I would consider undersized to start. Had it been a 50-foot lot, we might not even be having this conversation. So the north side of the lot is not allowing me what I understand to be a setback of 7 feet minimum. I think it's 12 feet total and 7 feet. I think if Chris is on the line, he could verify that specifically, but we're requesting relief that we can build alongside that piece of property. The
Okay.
other side does not, from what I've been able to determine, does not infringe upon the setback requirement. The south
Gotcha.
side.
Okay. Yeah, and Wes, if you want to jump in, just add some clarity. What I have is that you're asking to allow a 2 feet 6 inch north side setback and to allow a 5 foot 4 inch south side setback. Does that sound correct to you? Okay.
Yes, yeah, they're just extending the existing facade to the rear, and then they have the non-conforming setbacks that they're trying to match. So that's, yeah, the 2'6" setback on the north and 5'4" setback on the south.
Gotcha. And thanks, Wes.
Sorry, and
actually
I said
brings up-
Chris, I meant to say West, pardon me.
Sure. That brings up another question. So you're not going to be extending the existing side setbacks to be more non-conforming than they already are. Does that make
That's
sense?
the point. Yes, exactly.
they'll be flush with the
they're not going to get
existing
any
facade.
closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned there were some other properties that were on sub-minimum lots. Is this sort of addition and setbacks, are they compatible with the neighborhood and the surrounding development patterns of the houses in the neighborhood?
As far as I can see that, well, first to address the first point, the 2 adjacent properties have the 33 1/3 wide lots. So I believe one of the folks on the Zoom call is one of the neighbors. And so left and right of the house is going to have those same issues. With regard to building anything that may appear to be out of bounds in terms of architecture and or usage, I feel isn't the case at all in this point.
Gotcha. So asked a different way, is this project compatible with the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think that's all the questions I have right now. I may have some more as we go through, but unless there's anything else from the owners of the applicant, I will move along to the neighbors here.
Sounds good.
Okay. Richard, would you like to provide anything?
Yeah, we are the house immediately to the north of Megan and Justin's house. And I guess some 20 years ago, we did exactly the same thing. We weren't smart enough to put the laundry on the second floor, however, so we do a lot of going up and down stairs to the basement. We have no objection. My wife Barbara here. Curious about the timetable for construction and the height. These houses are basically 3-story houses. So you're going to go flat at the top of the second story, flat roof there, or what's the intention?
I believe we
Feel
had
free
that
to respond
gabled.
directly. Sorry, I think
I
I was
believe
talking
we
over
had
you,
that.
Mr. Dreyer.
Oh, that's okay. No, no. I believe that end was going to be gabled and be just below actually there's elevations. I'm not sure if the neighbors got sent that or not, but there is an elevation drawing that shows the rear. So the peak of the third floor is probably, I got a drawing here. I just got to scale it. It's about 4.5 feet below the actual peak of the home. So the gutter line on the second floor is going to extend. The roof, however, will not extend, if that makes sense.
Okay, I'm having a hard time understanding. In our situation, it's a flat roof. And yours, it is not going to be a flat roof?
Actually, there's the picture right there. Wes, if you can.
Got it.
Here, let me share
Yeah,
my
we-
screen, guys.
Yeah, we haven't seen that previously.
Can you guys see the staff report?
Yeah.
Or is it something different? Okay.
Mhm.
There you go.
That's probably your best shot right there.
Yeah, no, I see what's going on. So is that usable space in that gabled roof or not?
No,
Okay.
no, it's insulation.
Okay, so the height there of the gable roof from the gutter line to the top of the gable roof is how much?
It's about midway. So if you look out if you were looking to the side of the house and you saw their gutters and extended those gutters, that would be the start, the eve of
Right.
their extended gable. And you're
Right,
going to go up maybe 4.5 feet.
yeah,
from
okay.
that. And
All
you
right,
would, I
well-
mean, if you could see it, it might be it would be shingles, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to see it from that vantage point.
Mhm. Okay. You will be able to see it because.
Okay. Well, on the second floor for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, again, what is the timetable schedule for construction?
Once we start, it's going to be, as always, weather dependent, until we get it weathered in and under roof. If you're looking at a completion, like a total completion, I would say, well, you're more concerned about exterior completion, obviously. That would probably be about a month and a half.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
it's a different story for the rivets because we're inside doing finishes and that sort of thing.
Sure, yeah, we've been through it. Yeah, I guess the only concern that Barbara and I talked about was the degree to which we're gonna lose sunlight. But nothing to be done about that. It is consistent with our house, and so no objections.
Okay. Thank you very much to the males for being here and providing that input. I appreciate it. I'm going to move to Ms. Kaminsky.
I'm not adjacent at all. I was just curious because we did the same thing about 8 years ago. I'm naive to these things, but how do you get stuff back there? Like I have a driveway. There were 2 driveways actually that the builders could use. So that was my only curiosity. I have no objections. I was just curious.
Sure, Mr. Dreyer, you want to?
Yeah,
address
yeah. Obviously, on the opposite side of Richard's property is going to be where we would come in because there's a little more room. A mini excavator is, believe it or not, narrow enough to get back in there. We will be removing and I believe repairing the fence there, rivets. If you want to chime in on that one.
Yes, that would be our plan. And Jerry's on here. Jerry is the other neighbor, that side. So yeah, our plan would be to work with you, Jerry, to determine what we want that fence line to look like once it's over. But yeah, we're gonna remove all of the decking, that gate there, then obviously back part like John said, and then we plan to put in some sort of patio then, and then finish off that side of the fence.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Kaminsky?
No, I was just, there was a lot of equipment back there when we did it. And so I was just curious.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank-
Thanks for being here.
thank
Thank you
you.
for your question.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Hook.
All my questions have been answered. I have no opposition.
Okay, great. All right, Wes, did you want to add anything in addition to your staff report on this?
Sure, yeah, I just want to clarify that the rear setback is conforming as proposed. And then just make a note that the proposed addition, the top of the roof, one of the neighbors was asking about that. It's going to be lower than the existing house roof. So I just thought that would, wanted to clarify that. So as part of my report.
Okay. Anything else, Wes?
That's it.
All right. Thanks for your testimony and your work on the staff report. Okay, go back to the applicant and the owners here. Anything in response, anything you heard from the neighbors or Wes? If not, anything you'd like to say in closing or otherwise before we adjourn here today?
I would say this, along with the rivets. I know that they're good neighbors in terms of wanting to make things less impactful as possible for their neighbors, and me as a contractor would be the same, along the same vein. Whatever we disturb, we're going to repair or replace.
Yeah, I would just echo that. We've had a great relationship with both of our neighbors on each side, and I know with the deck project, we certainly were working with them, making sure the same thing. We limited the disruptions and certainly fixed at least to how it was, if not better, anything that would have been damaged or changed. So no different. We're like I said, we're in constant contact with them, and we'll make everything right. To however we both of us want to see it fit.
Okay, great. I think we will leave it at that then. Thank you to everyone for being here and for your time and your testimony. I have had a chance to review the application materials and the staff report. And based on that and on the testimony that I've heard here today, I am going to approve the application. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. I mentioned that at the beginning that usually takes about 2 weeks. I'll try and get it out to you as quickly as I possibly can. As soon as I finish the decision, I put it into a PDF. And then I email it to everybody who's in the hearing here today. So you all have a copy of it really just moments after it's complete, to the rivets and Mr. Dreyer. As soon as you have a copy of that PDF, you can contact Wes, who will also receive a copy, obviously, and he can approve the permitting and get you guys moving along. Any questions about that process or anything else? Okay.
No, I think we can take it from here.
Yeah, Wes, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I just want to add that, I don't think you've applied for your permit yet, so you can go ahead and start that process while David's formalizing his opinion. And when he finishes, and the zoning review could happen after you apply, and so you don't need to wait for David's decision to apply.
Right, great, thank you.
That's a good point, Wes. That should save you guys a little bit of time. Okay, if you have any other questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out to myself directly, or if you want a status update on the decision, I'm happy to provide that for you. But you should be seeing something in your emails in just a couple weeks. Unless there are any other questions, hope everyone has a wonderful day,